Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So we're going to get into an emotion here that we might be struggling with and look for a way to understand it and maybe navigate through. I was filming this just right before this, and a card came out that we got a little bit ago. And I was like, should I do this one again? And I heard yes. So we got dependent, being dependent on things. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but obviously we got to talk about it again. Dependency can be anything, people, places, or things, even mindsets. It keeps us safe, whatever it is, whether it's tangible or it's inside of us. It supports our identity, our wounds, our traumas, our complexes. What is it connected to? Sometimes we chase after things in the external, whether people, places, or things, to satisfy this wound. And then we start to heal that wound maybe throughout time. And through that, we see that, wow, I really don't want that. I didn't want that life. I don't want that person. I don't want that job. I don't need that because all I was chasing it for was to satisfy this wound. So when we really reflect on being dependent on things in the external, it's connected to something. It's connected to uh, something we picked up along the way, and it made us feel a certain way. And by getting that or doing that or having that, it satisfies the wound. It keeps it quiet, it keeps it calm, it keeps it fed, pacified, however we want to look at it. So where in our life, maybe we're starting to see this, or we know that we are dependent on something and we don't want to be anymore. We don't want to need that. We don't want to feel that need to be dependent on that. Sure, we can look at on basic things like coffee, nicotine, alcohol, drugs, whatever, social media, food, certain behaviors, uh, chasing things uh, that make us look a certain way to feel better about ourselves or to be received a different way. A lot of things are out there in the external. And when we put everything in that basket that I need the external to validate or prove to me who I am, I don't feel it in here. Because if I believed it, I wouldn't be doing things to be received, to be validated through there. When we hold it in here, we don't have to ask people. We don't have to prove ourselves. We don't have to get that validation to feel it because we believe it. This is where the opposite comes in of self-reliance. When we rely on ourselves, we generate this ourselves. We build this foundation inside of us. Uh, Obviously, those wounds are real, and we picked them up along the way. And the external did something, an experience. They said something, we felt a certain way, and we grabbed a hold of that. We buried that deep down inside, and then we identified with it, whether consciously or subconsciously. That became our identity, and we were constantly trying to satisfy that, or to prove to the world that I'm not that I don't need this, or however it may have looked in our experience. So we can do this inside. Is it easy? No. Do we know? It depends. Maybe we know a little bit, like I said before, or maybe we really don't. I'm not saying having things or having experiences, people, places, or things in the external is a bad thing at all. It's just when we start to catch on that, hey, I'm doing this to feed a wound or a trauma, it's when we look at it as an unhealthy way. There's a balance, everything in moderation. When we go and we're chasing something to suppress or to, oh, what's a better word? It doesn't matter. We're we're doing an action, a behavior, or a seeking something to pretty much medicate uh, a symptom of something deeper. It's a band-aid. And we can choose to keep putting a band-aid and changing the wound or the dressing on the wound, or we can heal it for good. The Ace of Cups, awakening. This is seeing it for what it is. Sometimes this startles us. When we look back, maybe if we just saw a wound and we look back and saw that I made 5 or 8 big life changes or decisions based upon that wound, and now I'm here and I'm waking up to it, and I'm a bit upset with myself because I wouldn't be where I'm at, or I wouldn't have done what I did if I didn't have this wound. Uh, that is a process of this experience But through that, we should be thankful at the same time because we're going to be free of it now. We're finally free. Otherwise, we would have continued life like this. And that would have been the story of our life. So don't beat ourselves up too much on the truth. There's a good part and a bad part to a truth. And we decide when to take action on the good part to move forward. Got the sun reversed, self-doubt. I can't do this without X, Y, or Z. I am dependent. And the opposite of that is authenticity. When we stop going to the external to validate who we are, to prove to them who we are in a place of authenticity. Otherwise, we'll constantly need them. We're dependent on that. We're dependent on people, places, or things to prove to us who we are. There is this mirror happening here. If I don't feel like I'm good enough or I'm received well and I'm presenting myself and doing things and actions and showing certain parts of myself to people out there in the external to like compliment me or validate me, uh, because I don't feel it in here, I need them to show me. And since I don't feel it in here, anything that they say or do isn't gonna change that because I don't believe it. Whatever we believe is true. So if I am not chasing that, and I'm not saying we're chasing it, we can just be doing it subconsciously. It's like we don't even know we're doing it. It's embedded in us. If I know that I am good enough or I bring value somehow, I'm presenting myself that way. And I'm not dependent on them to prove me. Through that mirror, I believe this. My reflection goes out and the external reflects that back. And I get that validation indirectly. When I'm chasing it or presenting myself in a way saying, show me that I am valuable. Show me that you care about me. Show me that I am good enough. I don't believe that in here. I'm asking, I'm requesting the external to do that for me. But since this is a reflection, it goes out and it comes back, I'm not going to get that validation. And I will continuously feel unvaluable, not valued. And I'm like dependent on the external to show this to me. But indirectly, I keep receiving not what I want until I switch the roles. Let's see what else we got here. The High Priestess, intuition, inner knowing. Of course, this could be conversations from above and downloads and all that stuff. But inside, I've used this before. Like, I know I speak about the shadow out here, our insecurities, our worries, our fears, like it's separate from us. And then inside here is little old me. And this is always in charge. This makes the decisions because it's the wound. We're trying to feed it. We're trying to calm it down. It's the loudest in the room. And how often does little old me make a decision? Well, he's about this big and the shadow is this big. Our insecurities. So we know, little old me knows what's going on. But if I make a move on that, if I listen to that, uh, this one gets upset and it's bigger and it's louder. So obviously I'd listen to it because it would just throw a tantrum. Deep down inside, we know, but this is in charge. This is the one that's what we think is our brain. It's telling us, don't do that, do this. This is how this works, X, Y, Z. And since I'm acting like it's external of us, the whole point is to actually bring it back in, bring it here. We don't want to run from it. We don't want to squash it. We don't want to banish it and destroy it. It is a part of us. And our weaknesses are often our strengths. So let's understand it. Let's see it. Let's make sense of it. Let's add all the pieces up. Let's bring it back and really fall into that place of authenticity. The Tower, disruption, this awakening. This is underneath awakening, the Ace of Cups. Coming to this realization really shakes us to the core. It can be things in the physical. Obviously, when kind of what I said in the beginning of Once we start waking up to this and seeing I was going after this relationship or this dream or this job or uh, look or whatever it was. And then once I start to see things, I start to see that, hey, I was doing all of that to pacify my wound. We start ripping and tearing things out of our experience, or they start falling away on their own. We are evolving, and we see that, hey, this person or place didn't really. Excuse me. Uh, we got to let it go. It's got to be released, as well as mindsets. This will shake us up a bit. We'll be caught off guard at times. Sometimes we get the hints that, hey, this isn't right for me anymore. I should let go of it. And if I don't, it's going to get more unbearable until I do something. And if I don't, then it's going to be ripped from me. And it'll be a bit more of an uncomfortable transition. That's okay. But going back to the intuition card, we should be getting these nudges. We should know. We know that this isn't good for us anymore. But we continue to. Why? To feed the wound, which is normal. There's no blame. No one's above anybody on that one. We're all guilty of it, and it's not bad by using the word guilty. It's just saying, hey, we've all gone through this and we will continue to until we navigate our way through it. Two of Wands reversed. Hesitation. Yeah, why would I want to let go of this? This thing, whatever's inside of me, this belief, this thought, this fear has kept me safe all throughout my life up until now. I don't want to let go of that. We think it's kept us safe. And for a time, it did support us through those experiences because we didn't see yet. But now we have to let go of it. And who wants to? I'm dependent on it. There's going to be a withdrawal experience, whether it's actually something tangible or internal. This is a big transition. This is a big thing to let go of. The Ten of Wands, overcommitment. The opposite is release burdens. It'll be a weight on us. It will. And it's up to us to let that go when we're ready. But at least we know, and we can make the choice moving forward. I'm going to leave this here. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later.